So a lot of clients ask me about how divorce works. How do they get through their divorce? And today there are a lot of different processes. The laws are the same, the end result is the same, but there are different ways to get to the end result. Most cases still proceed, at least in Illinois, through what I would call the traditional case. This is not a technical name, it's my term, but traditional cases are cases that use the court system to resolve the questions and the facts and the end result of your case. I believe that the vast majority of cases are still using a traditional case. However, even in traditional cases, which some people might refer to as litigation, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to trial, but there's a judge involved, and you may end up in court for different things like pretrial conferences, and that's where depositions would come into play, and discovery, and all of those things. But there are lots of new ways and processes to help people get divorced. Mediation is something that's been around for a long time, and that is a growing trend. People hire mediators to help them resolve and settle their cases. Mediation takes a lot of different forms. There's no official form of doing it. So in some cases, both spouses go to one mediator. The mediator may be an attorney, they may be a mental health person. Often it depends on the kinds of questions and issues that need to be settled. They might each go to the mediator together, and they try to come up with an agreement, and once they have an agreement, a memorandum of their agreement is drawn up, and then they go to lawyers to draw up the final court papers. In a lot of other mediation cases, and I think these are the more successful cases, it's lawyer-assisted mediation. So the parties each have attorneys, and the attorneys help them understand what's going to be discussed in each mediation session and what their rights and their responsibilities are, because mediators are not hired to represent either party. They don't advocate for anybody. They're there to try to get two people to say yes and come to an agreement. Lawyers will help their clients protect their rights and understand the legal ramifications of the various different options. In those lawyer-assisted mediation sessions, most of the time the lawyers aren't present. The lawyers help the parties outside of mediation, but in some of the cases, the lawyers do attend the mediation sessions. One of the newest forms or processes out there is collaborative law, and it's radically different than any of the other processes. Collaborative law has been around for maybe 25 years, and over the last 10 years probably gaining steam in states like Illinois. In that process, there are lawyers hired, but the hallmark, the key component of a collaborative case is that everybody, the lawyers, the spouses, and anybody else who may be participating in the collaborative process, they sign an agreement that says they're not going to court. And if they do go to court, then the whole team, all the lawyers, any experts, anybody assisting, they are disqualified, and you'll end up in court and none of those people can be used. So there is a big incentive to try to settle cases out of court. But one of the differences between a collaborative case and a traditional case is most of the time there's just one person for the team, for the whole process. So one child specialist, one financial neutral, versus a traditional case where I hire one for my client and the other side hires a financial expert for their client. So that does help cut down on disputes, because everybody's agreed this is the right person to help the parties. It's a very good process for people. If you or someone you know or somebody you care about has any questions about how to prepare for divorce, or how I can help you fight during your case, or even at the end of a case, tie up all the loose ends and help you plan for the future, visit me at divorcelawyerschicago.org.